Hombale Films brings to you Bold Diaries. For every young cricketer moving up the ranks in domestic cricket, it's undoubtedly a dream to feature in the IPL and play alongside the biggest names in world cricket. One such youngster who's from Bengaluru and earned a massive name for himself among not just RCB fans but also IPL loyalists is exciting pacer Vyshak Vijaykumar. A debut wicket of David Warner, a celebration that gets every fan on their feet, and a journey that's quite a story on its own. Vyshak Vijaykumar, welcome to Bold Diaries.
Thank you so much.
You and your father shared a dream together, Vyshak. Tell us about that.
Maybe when I started playing cricket, he always told me he was someone who really wanted to play cricket, but then his parents were not supportive. He always had to, sneak out and then go play cricket and then come sneak in again. So he said, I hope we don't want you to face any situation as such. We just want you to play cricket. However you can, just play cricket. Just make sure you're enjoying cricket. And then that is when it all started. We always had dreams saying, to play for the country. But then later came the part where I was good with white ball. I had a good KPL outing. And then he said, okay, maybe you can play IPL, and probably from IPL you can make it to the Indian team.
Talk to us about what it was like growing up in a household where cricket was very common.
First time he took me to India-Pakistan game. I think that is the first time probably I watched cricket, and then I didn't know anything about it, so I was just asking him a lot of questions and all that. Then obviously it was intense, and the waves that the crowd used to make, and I think probably that is where it gave me some goosebumps. And when I went back home, I still kept asking my dad, okay, what happened this, what happened to that, and all that. And I really got involved, and then he was like, you know what, I'll just take you to the ground tomorrow. Yeah. So that's where it all started.
How did fast bowling happen? Every kid picks up the bat, wants to be a batter.
Yeah.
You also started off being a batter first?
Yeah, of course. I started everything actually. I was a batsman, and then I started wicket keeping. I was too fat for it. But then I started spin, and finally, I was until about 16, 17. I was still a batsman. When I captained Karnataka under 16, I got 100 against Goa, and I thought I was still gonna be a batsman. But then looking at all the competition and all that, I still thought I should probably add something to my game, and that is when I started bowling a little bit like a gentle medium pace. I was like a slow medium pace where the wicketkeeper used to stand up to the stumps for me. And then finally one day I used to go to BCA, and there's a coach called Raman. One day he's like, you know what, just start bowling. I finished my batting, I was all packed up, and then he said, why don't you just bowl? So I started bowling, and then he just he wanted to motivate me. Indirectly he said, you know what, you just can't bowl fast. I know that, just leave it, it's okay, just come. If somebody obviously says something to you when you're young, and like you obviously want to do something, they really don't want you to.
You want to prove them wrong.
You want to prove them wrong. So that is where I was like, okay, he's telling me this. I will make sure I bowl fast. I tried everything. That it happened for like a couple of weeks. Every day I finished my batting. He did that for a couple of weeks, and that is when I really picked up about fast bowling.
So challenging you gets the best out of you in a way.
I love challenges. It's I really take it very sportively, and it's something that I have been doing. Challenges is something that gets me going.
So you had a good run with the KPL. In spite of that, you didn't get selected for the Karnataka senior squad. This is 2018-19. Yeah. So a little bit of dejections, challenges come as part of the journey in cricket?
Well, yeah, obviously it was pretty hurtful for me, because everybody has always been telling me that I did well in the KPL, so obviously you deserved your chances and all that. But then when I reflect now, it was all about my fitness, because I was pretty heavy back then. I was 104 kilos.
Let's talk about your weight loss journey, because it takes a whole lot, and usually people say that until an individual wants to make that effort to really shred, one cannot. So what was that motivation for you, and how did you go about it?
We were in Brahma Blues, and we had a lot of friends come, and then we had a lot of, obviously I just have cricket friends, and then there were everybody, and then there was this one person where he used to be my competitor, and then he made fun of me, and obviously we were just having a good time there, but then they just try to lift me up, and they just try to give me birthday bumps, and there was one of my competitor who made fun of me, saying this guy is pretty heavy. Etakagala. And then they dropped me. That guy dropped me literally, and then, hey bro, this guy is too heavy, he said. And then I had my action pretty, it was pretty bad that time, because I was jumping out and then loading a different way. They said I was chucking the ball. So, and then he commented about that as well. When I was going back home, I think that those words were just registered registered in my mind, and then it kept playing all night. I couldn't sleep that night because of that. And then next day I finally realized and looked at myself in the mirror, and that is where my journey started.
It's strange where inspiration and good energy can come from, right? Sometimes from criticisms as well. So you don't get picked in the IPL auctions, but you were part of the RCB bowling camp as their net bowler. When you joined in as a net bowler, did you ever imagine that you're going to be part of the squad?
I knew RCB is a team where they're the only team where they, if somebody gets injured, they're gonna pick someone from the interns, only from the interns as net bowlers. So I knew if I probably, if I really deserved it, maybe this was the chance for me, and I gave my everything, and I just got picked.
Tell us about that day when you were informed that you're going to be part of the squad, Vyshak. What do you remember, and who broke the news?
So we were in Kolkata. I think we had a game against KKR back there, and a couple of days before that, Mike sir spoke to me. He said, "You know what?" I just asked him, "Sir, what do you think I have to improve? If I have to play IPL, what do you?" He said, "No, everything is all right, but if you probably improve your batting, because you're not someone who bowls 150. So obviously you have to improve your batting. Yeah, your bowling and fielding is up there, but then you have to improve your batting." And obviously I lost hopes there, because okay, maybe I should, maybe next year when I come back, I should probably add something to my game. And I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna accept this. I have to improve, because I'm not someone who bowls 150. I'm someone who bowls 140, and then maybe if I add another skill of probably batting about 5-6 balls, and I get a couple of sixes, that is where my place comes handy. So I just left it there, and the next day I came back to the ground, and I was, it was the same thing where I was just warming up, and then Mike sir again, he's just called, "Can I have a word with you?" He said. I was like, "Yes, sir, sure." And then I was like thinking, okay, what did I do wrong? And then I walked with him, and then he said, "Vyshak, congratulations, you've made it to the team." I was literally starstruck. I was like, "What is Asar? Please, can you tell me again?" It's like, "Yeah, congratulations, you made it to the team. You're replacing Rajat Patidar. You're welcome to RCB," he said. And that is when I was like, I didn't know what to say. I had a lot of emotions. Obviously, I couldn't show it. And then he said, "Okay, you go have a good net." And then I came running to the dressing room. First, I called my mom, and then I broke down. Obviously, I said, they've picked me into the squad. And I was obviously crying to my mom, saying, "Ma, I'm really happy, and I don't know what to do." So, and my mom also had a lot of emotions. So that was the day where I cried a lot to my mom. Nobody knows about this, because I went to the washroom and then I was talking to my mom.
40,000 people sitting here and watching and cheering for Vyshak. I'm telling you, it's definitely a dream come true for any cricketer.
Followed by announcing that you are going to be part of the squad. Then you get picked in the playing 11.
Yeah.
How high were the emotions back then?
So what happened? The previous in the morning, Sanjay sir said we'll have a chat. Obviously, he said this is something which they've done it with all the players. So he said, okay, why don't you just come? We'll have a chat about your history and all that. And then they called me in the evening. It was the previous day before the game. So they called me in the evening, and then we were just obviously generally having a conversation. They started off like, how did you start cricket? What happened? Until about 15 minutes, they were just I was just telling them about my cricket journey and all that. After that, then Sanjay sir asked me, how would you feel if I tell you're gonna make your debut tomorrow? And then I was like, sir, obviously I would be very excited. I don't know what to say, because I really didn't know what to say, because we were just having a normal conversation. It didn't even, it didn't even stuck my mind where, it's not like I was thinking about me playing or anything. It was just out of nowhere. He just asked me this, and I was like, sir, I don't know what to tell. Obviously, I would be excited, because this is my dream. This is my dream. This has been everybody's dream, And that is when I was like blank. I didn't know what to say. I was like, okay, sir, no, it's okay. Don't worry. Don't think a lot. It's okay. You're doing really well. You've been pretty impressive, he said. So that night, I really couldn't sleep. I really couldn't sleep, because every 5-10 minutes I kept waking up. And then I was like, I was looking at the time, because it was an afternoon game, so we were supposed to be up early. I kept calling my mom. I called her in the night. I said, Ma, I don't know, I'm not able to sleep. I'm not able to sleep. My mom said the same thing. My mom also couldn't sleep. I didn't know until the game was over. They said, what, even I have not slept the entire night. We have also been thinking about this. And then there I was receiving the cap here in the
team room.
Yeah, in the team room. From Hazelwood. I think he's the best bowler in all formats. And then he gave me the cap, and that moment was really special for me. And I think I'm gonna cherish it for the rest of my life. That moment, probably when they asked me to talk, that I was about to break down. I said, sir, okay, whatever. Just spoke about a couple of lines, and then just came and sat quietly.
Wow.
Yeah.
From battling body issues to not being selected in the IPL auctions to being part of the 11, taking wickets, that too at Namma Chinnaswamy Stadium. How did that feel when you took your first wicket?
The first couple of balls I bowled, I really couldn't. I was like, okay, here I am with the crowd.
This is what it feels like.
Yeah. I was lost. A couple of balls, I was really lost. I didn't know where I was. Okay, what is this? This is like, when we play Mushtaq Ali, it's a little bit slow. Okay, so we know what is happening. IPL is such a fast game. Like, you don't know what's happening. It just goes very fastly. Before the game, also everybody came and spoke to me. They said, "No worry, don't worry. It's okay. It's really all right. I just hope you enjoy this moment, because you're playing the first game. The next game you play, it'll be your second game." That's what they said. And then that's the day when Siraj came and told me that, bhai, kuch bhi ho jaye, kuch nahi hoga. You just have to enjoy this moment. Enjoy every ball you bowl. Enjoy every moment. Just try and execute whatever you've learned all these years. Just try and bowl that. So I bowled my first ball. I think it went for a single, and then second ball, Warner hit me for a boundary, and then Faf comes to me, and then he says, "What do you want to bowl next ball?" I said, "I'll bowl hard length." He said, "No, it's okay. Just mix it up with a slow run," because he said I have a pretty good knuckle ball. So I said,
that's what he's very impressed with.
Yeah. So he said, bowl the knuckle ball, and I asked him, "Do I have to change the field?" He said, "No, don't worry. Just bowl this. Just bowl the ball." And then I bowled the ball, and then I got my first wicket, and then I looked at him, and he was like, "Yes." And that celebration was for him, obviously, because he told me to bowl that ball, and then I got a wicket. That moment was magical.
We started this conversation talking about a dream a father had. How is it going now?
My parents are really happy, obviously, but then they've been getting a lot of calls. And yeah, I think this was my parents' dream, and I'm really glad I could be part of something that they have been wanting me to do, and for the sacrifices they have made from when I was young till here. I think they deserve all the love, all the happiness. So I think this is all I could do to them, and I hope they're happy.
Go well, Vyshak.
Yes.
Lots more journeys to come, and plenty more matches to be played. Lots of celebrations to be done as well. Keep taking wickets and keep making us proud.
Thank you so much.
Hombale Films brings to you Bold Diaries.